Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Sagebrush Happy Hour Journal. And today's entry is for November 16th, 2024. So, yesterday was the full moon, and this particular full moon was called the Beaver Moon. And so, one of the things that's kind of surprises me often is in polite conversation at cocktail parties is that a lot of people are really kind of unaware of what the moon phases are and how the moon kind of works. And so when we're out here, in the kind of wilderness out here and away from city lights and things like that, is that we get a lot more close association with what the moon phases are. And starting with the full moon, which was last night, is now we're going into the phase that we call the waning moon. And so the moon will continue to start to rise later and later in the evening. So, last night was probably 7 o'clock, and tonight it will probably rise around 7:26, 7:28, something like that. And so the moon rises about 20 to 30 minutes later every night as it's waning. And so what that means is, in terms of astrophotography and astronomy, is that means that we have the first part of the evening that is going to be dark without moonlight, and it's not going to get washed out. And so during a full moon, and actually probably from the period from the first quarter moon to the last quarter moon, is that the moonlight is so intense that it washes out a lot of astronomy targets, or like even if you're looking for meteors or something like that, is if the moon's out and it's over a quarter, it kind of washes out your astronomy. So fortunately now with the waning moon is that we're going to usually get, sort of start out, we'll be get 20 or 30 minutes of darkness before the moon rises, and then more and more up till the last quarter moon, which some people call a half moon. And so, and this is a little bit confusing because we see half the moon, but we call it the last quarter moon. And the reason is if we divide the moon phases up into quarters, then the last quarter moon is the beginning of the last quarter of the moon, where it will actually rise at about midnight, and then set at basically noon. But and then that will lead to the phase, of course, to the new moon. And so the new moon is the night that we don't have any moon at all visible in the night sky. And of course, that's the best night for observation and for shooting nighttime lapses and that sort of thing. And there's about a week window, 4 or 5 days on either side of the new moon that are really nice for shooting, doing astronomy and shooting time lapses. And of course, that's usually the time of the month when the storms start to move in and it gets cloudy. And so, the surest way to ensure that you have an overcast night is to drag out all of your telescopes and astronomy equipment. And so what we always hope for is a clear night from the last quarter moon through the first quarter moon. And then that gives us the nice dark skies to shoot the wonderful time lapses and deep sky objects that I'm so fond of photographing, and are available on my calendar for 2025. So if you're interested in my astronomy calendar, of course, you can DM me on Facebook, or leave a comment here on YouTube, and we'll see what we can do about getting you a calendar. All right. Cheers.